Right on the money. Is the frequency in use? I guess not. Good evening. My name is Paul, K4PEW with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? Very good. If there is, just butt in and tell us. Call 911 first, though. That would be the most logical thing to do, unless you can't. And you can ask us here to do it. The net may be broken at any time for an emergency or priority traffic. For information on this net, you can see us on the web right now on YouTube, looking up under my call, K4PEW, in the search block, or you can look up the word Brain Trusts. That's the name of the channel, BRAINTRUSTS. One word, but it's Brain Trusts. Or you can look us up on our regular website on 146415.net, 146415.net, which mysteriously looks something like our frequency. Or you can see us on Yahoo groups at MJ_SS. That's Mike Juliet _ Sierra. Or you can send me an email at K4PEW_ALLR.net. We meet every Wednesday and Saturday night at 8 p.m. And we conduct a net on 146.415 FM Simplex. In case you happen to be off frequency, but I doubt it. The purpose of the net is to support and train ham radio operators, not to have fun, but we have fun. Yeah, I don't know, maybe some people need to be trained to have fun. But but it helps us all get better at whatever it is we want to do. Get better antennas, better stations, higher antennas, go broke buying some good antennas. But anyway, it's ultimately to have fun, to get to know our ham friends on the air. We invite everyone to use the net to announce things related to ham radio and associated stuff. I got just a couple of announcements. We got the Vet City Ham Fest in October. You can look that up yourself, really. Don't want to waste time. Vet City Ham Fest, Bowling Green. You just look up Vet City Ham Fest. You'll find it on the web. If you really have to, I'll look it up for you. Let's see. Tomorrow night, we've got the Wilson County Amateur Radio Club Aries Information Net on 147.105 with a plus offset and 156.7 PL. And we also, tomorrow night, Thursday night, there is a Bowling Green Simplex Net on 146.430. In case you're interested, that's at 7:30 p.m. 146.430. And I think that's all they have. And then this, I think that's all I got for the moment. Anybody else have any announcements or need information? All righty, well then we'll start taking check-ins. I didn't check to see where we were last week. This is number, by the way, this is number 517, edition 517 of our net. And tonight we're starting from the east. So east, please come in. Hey, Eddie, you beat James out.
Yeah. Well, I was quick on the mic tonight. Hope everybody's doing okay. And just thought I'd check in. And I think this coming Saturday is the Courtney's. I'll be looking forward to that. W4EBX.
Oh, I know I could count on the Food and Coffee Hound to remind me that was one of the announcements. But she has Courtney's. We'll have to mention that as well later. Courtney, let me ready to make a note of it. Courtney's. Of course, that Courtney's breakfast is they're a quarter mile south of Lebanon Road on the west side. Can't miss it. It's North Mount Juliet Road on the west side, a quarter mile south of Lebanon Road. And that's at 8 o'clock this coming Saturday. For all hams are invited. You don't have to be a regular attender on the net. You don't have to be a member, because we really don't have members. We don't have dues. We don't have rules. Well, we have some rules. So it's just a fun place that we get together and We've had as few as 7 and as many as, I don't know, 21 or something like that. Depends on who shows up. But anyway, it's just good to meet people if you haven't met everybody. And thanks, Eddie, for giving me that, for reminding me about that.
Oh, anytime.
Yep, good. Look forward to seeing you there. Who else do we have? East and Mount Juliet, please come in.
Kilo India 4, Sierra India Bravo.
Are we on a sabbatical there, Richard? I haven't heard from you in a couple of days.
No, actually, we'll see. Saturday night, I was with my wife, with her mother, at a birthday gathering, and we didn't get back here till 9:30.
No, I meant a regular day. Normally I hear you on the air at some point.
Oh, I've been running around like a chicken made good off. This, like, here again, that schedule she's on, it's kind of got my radio time and everything else jacked up. Now, if you want to be on here somewhere between now and 3 o'clock in the morning, well, I'll be here.
All right. By the way, don't be threatening Kevin's chicken like that, okay?
Has anybody heard from Kevin?
Yeah, I've talked to him this morning.
Well, next time we talk to him, I said hello.
Okay. What do I look like? The operator and the Mayberry phone switch?
No, you're the fellow that sits there and monitors this frequency just about 24/7, and you know you and anybody's there, and when they're not.
Well, sometimes. Maybe it's 7:24 is really the number.
All right. I look forward to Saturday morning to see everybody and shaking out, and we'll see what we come and get a hotel from there. Have a good one. Thank you for what you do. Catch you later. KI4SIB.
Yeah, very good. It was Richard, Kilo India 4, Sierra India Bravo, and he's over there just a little west of downtown Lebanon. And Eddie, I forgot to mention Eddie, Whiskey 4, Echo Bravo X-Ray, and he is over in Bladeville. Who else we got? East, please come in.
WA4 is NHI.
Man, you're slacking off there, James.
Oh, I just sat back and yawned a little too long.
Yeah, you wanted to give your mic some rest.
It worked, didn't it?
Yeah, you doing all right?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm doing just dandy, trying to get some things done around here, but I'm not always successful.
Worrying about dollars, steamy heat.
Oh, I don't even want to go out and work in the yard or do anything out there in this heat, man. It's awful.
It was about 92 today out where I was.
I don't know what it was today, but yesterday afternoon, before it got cloudy, it was 98.
You can keep that.
It's terrible. I feel like you're walking into an oven. But it's summer. What do you expect? It's going to cool off. Fall is next. I mean, the fall starts what, the 21st?
I think so, but we're too old to be standing out in that heat.
And working too.
Yeah.
All right, very good. That's James right here in Mount Juliet, just over there east of the library. That's Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India. Very much. Who else to east, please come in?
November 4, November Yankee Alpha. This is Dale over here in Lebanon. Good evening, sir.
Hey, Dale. Ain't heard from you in a week or so. You doing all right?
I guess so. Better not deserve, as is often said. But yeah, you're right, boy. This was the second hottest day of the year, and I could tell. For some reason, I got might have been heat stroke or something, but I decided to go out and wax a car, and that pretty much did me in for the day, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. I was out there messing around a little bit, and I said, man, it's just, I was sweating like crazy, and I wasn't really doing much work. I just messing around. I'm trying to working with a contractor to get some fence installed or reinstall new fence, take down the old fence and install a new fence. It's quite a project.
Yeah, that's always fun, working with contractors and subcontractors and all that. But other than that, it's been a pretty normal day around here. Just hot, and so I'm ready to kick back, listen to some chatter, and see if we can solve all the world's problems. Back to you, N4, NYA.
Oh, we can solve them, but nobody else will listen. That's the problem. Anyway, very good, Dale. Yep, that was Dale. He's in Lebanon. His call is November 4, November Yankee Alpha. Great signal, Dale. Who else? Please come in.
KG4, my.
Hey, Richard said hi.
Hey,
I'll leave it to Richard to run off.
Oh, Ghost Talker.
Yeah. What's going on there, Mr. Richard? Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, right back. Hope you have a good day and everything went your way. I'll get out of the way of the net, but I just wondered where you been. KI4SIB, back to you.
Incognito. I've been hiding out, trying to stay cool.
It's been a good opportunity. A good time to do that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, let me get back to the net. I don't want to get Paul mad at me.
I'm out of control, man. It's unbelievable.
All right. Well, Paul, ain't nothing going on here, man. Same old stuff. Nothing's changed since this morning since we spoke. I tell you, just same old stuff, different day.
Yeah, I was just going to tell you something. I'll think of it later, I guess. Oh, yeah, you need to ask Richard if he can pick you up on Saturday for the breakfast. That's what I was going to ask you.
Well, we might have to talk about that, see what's happening. I don't know what. I got a birthday party tomorrow, and I don't know if the weekend's going to have anything to do with it tomorrow or not. It's Sam's birthday tomorrow, so I got to, do the birthday thing. But I don't know if it'll fall into Saturday doing another little party or something, or I don't know. You never can tell.
I think the party will probably start tomorrow and it just roll through Friday right into Saturday.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Yes, it is. Excuse Richard.
All right, very good. No, I get what I know Richard will do it. I just wanted to make sure you knew there was a ride available. That was Kevin, Kilo Golf 4, Mike India Zulu. He's in Lebanon, just a little bit west of downtown as well. Richard's a little further out of downtown, but they're both relatively close. Who else? East, please come down. Anybody else east of Mount Juliet, Road? All right, up to the north, please come down.
Whiskey 9 Bravo, KJ4HNZ.
Hey, Ray, hold on one second. Dennis beat you out badly with a double, but you came in late. All right, how you doing, Dennis?
I'm doing good. I had a fun day. My wife is out of town, and I've been doing whatever I wanted the whole day.
Oh, don't give me that. You did everything. She made a list for you to do while she was gone.
I did that yesterday.
And anyway, yeah, you're. I was going to ask you were going to send me that recording, but I didn't. I don't know if you sent it. I didn't get it.
No, it was something on my end. I figured it out. Hey, Paul.
Hold on, Dennis. What's up, Kevin?
I was just going to say, he's got his priorities straight. He got all that mama news done first.
Hey, I'm smart.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, most people wait until about a half hour before they come home.
Hey, that's me.
I make the bed when she's gone. Can you believe
Uh,
it?
yeah, I can believe it. I fold laundry and do laundry. I do all kinds of silly things since she works and I don't.
You know, I hate loading the dishwasher. I hate unloading the dishwasher, but I actually like doing laundry. And I can't really explain why, but I do.
I don't know. It's a good feeling to get things clean and fresh, and there's nothing wrong with that. You should feel the same way. Well, do this. Put the laundry in the dishwasher and the dishes in the laundry thing, and it'll work out just fine.
Hey, good idea.
Yeah, I did. Dishes never really bothered. My mother made me do dishes for most of my childhood. And I actually used to, my mother tells me I'd forgotten. You know, she told me when she was living here, she goes, you used to rush us along because you ate fast in order to go outside and mess around, play. And you used to rush us to finish our dinners so you could get the dishes done.
I don't know whether this just popped into my head, but I don't know how it was when you were a kid, but we ate dinner at night exactly at 5:30. If I was not home at 5:30, if I was 5 minutes late, I got big trouble.
That was pretty much us. My dad got home at 5:15, and we generally ate within that next 15 minutes.
And I remember one time I was down in the park. I must have been about 8 years old. And I got involved doing something, just playing and playing. All of a sudden, my dad pulls up. It's like 6 o'clock, and man, was he mad at me.
Because he was hungry, or just because you weren't there?
Just because I wasn't home at 5:30, it was a big deal.
Well, for some families it is a big deal. I understand. I don't think I ever missed a meal at home. I don't think I ever. No, never did. But anyway, I was going to tell you something else too. No, I think that was it. About that recording you were going to send me. I don't remember what else it was. Hey, by the way, you might be going to ask on the net. If anybody knows when you get it's your turn to get on the air. As you said, it was a sub tone on the sideband, and that was where?
Well, sometimes when you hear guys talk, they sound like they're on frequency, and their voice sounds normal, but there's a tone that's lower than their voice, that's parallel with it. Excuse me. But and if you use the clarifier and tune up or down, that tone goes with it. It never matches up. So I don't know what causes that, and I want to know.
You mean on the lower bands? I mean, 6 meters or down?
Yeah, single sideband. I noticed it on 80 meters a lot, and some guys don't have it, some do.
It just means you got too good antenna.
I'm not using that antenna.
No, I understand. I don't know. We'll have to ask her if anybody knows what that is, because I don't think if I've noticed it, I haven't paid any attention to it.
It sounds just like you're not quite on frequency, but clarifying it doesn't work. So anyway, back to net. Thanks for what you do, Paul. Great net, W9BOQ.
Yeah, very good, Dennis. That's Dennis in Castellian Springs. He's batching it this for how long?
I picked her up at the airport Saturday.
She's been gone since when?
I took her to the airport yesterday morning. And by the way, if anybody goes out to see music, I am playing Friday night at 8 o'clock at 3rd and Lindsley. I'm playing Saturday night, 3rd and Lindsley at 8 o'clock. And I'm playing at noon on Sunday at 3rd and Lindsley.
3rd and Lindsley, that's the name of the place?
Yeah, it's on 3rd and Lindsley. Imagine that.
Well, I'm sure that's what it was. I just want to make sure it wasn't just an address. I mean, people are used to going to music with no, and I don't go down to Nashville once in a blue moon these days. Anyway, that was cool. That's Dennis, Whiskey 9 Bravo Oscar Quebec, Castellian Springs, and he's playing, you said Friday and Saturday, right?
And Sunday I'm doing a Bible brunch or something at 3rd and Lindsley. I'm just playing a couple songs there, but Saturday night should be good. Friday should be good.
Cool. Friday and Saturday night, 3rd and Lindsley, and it starts at what time?
I know Saturday's 8, and I'm pretty sure Friday's 8 o'clock too.
All righty, just follow the Hammond organ sounds.
Take me out to the ball game.
All right. Yeah, very good, Dennis. Who else we got north?
Kilo Echo 4, Romeo, Victor, Quebec.
Oh, I also missed Ray, but Ray, hold on. We'll get right to you after Brent. How you doing, Brent?
Hey, pretty good, Paul. Hey, that tone, would that be that if you get the wires button push, sometimes you get a tone from that?
No, he's talking on HF on 80 meters, 60 meters, etc.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes I know if you're on the VHF and you got wires pushed, it makes a tone.
Oh yeah, no, I've heard that. You can tell when somebody's got that problem, can't you?
Oh, yeah, you can't miss it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, especially if somebody just bought one of those Yacy radios, and they'll say, "What?" I said, "Turn off the tone that's come with that wires button, man."
Yeah, we've done that a couple times. We did the Williamson County net.
Yeah, no, it's it's kind of funny when you're troubleshooting from afar.
Yeah, is everything going good with you?
Oh yeah, no, it's good. If I'm just waiting for fall, man, this heat is killing me. I don't even want to go outside at all. I send my wife out to get the mail.
Yeah, I've been bad the last couple of days. I mean, I hate to stay in on a nice day, but it's just so hot. There's no way.
Well, like I said, 98 yesterday, and that was the recording in the shade on my front porch, which is facing the east. And of course, in the afternoon, it doesn't get any sun, and it's in the shade no matter what. And it's 98. I can't believe that. It's unbelievable.
Well, I was registering 100 when I got to the fairgrounds yesterday at 5.
Oh boy. Well, like I said, it doesn't last forever, and it is summer, so I don't know why we complain. I'm not really complaining. It's just you don't want to go out in it and do any serious work.
Well, what's crazy is I'm not, I'll go out west sometimes and it's like 115 degrees, doesn't bother me at all. Here, it's just like you said, turning on the oven.
Well, out west, it's usually, it's a lot lower humidity, so it tends to it doesn't feel as hot, obviously.
Yeah, but it'll still scorch you.
Oh, yeah, it'll burn your britches right off if you're not careful.
Well, Paul, it's good talking to you, and I'm just going to be over here listening.
All right, very good. That was Kilo Echo 4, Romeo Victor, Quebec, and it's Branting's up in Northwest Wilson. Hey, Ray, you still there? All right, we'll come back to Ray. He checked in, he and his wife, and Zoe. If you're come back when you're ready, Ray. Who else we got north?
Bob, you take a quick south and want to check in, but can't stick around. KR4AZ.
All righty, sounds good. KR4AZ. Sounds like Arizona every time I look at that. How you doing there, Tim?
Yeah, I had that ham tag on my car license plate. I first put it on there, everybody was trying to guess. This one guy got out and said, "Crazy for Arizona." In all different kinds. So, but anyway, I'm doing fine. How about you?
I'm doing great. You said you need to do like when I was young. Somebody said you'd say something to someone who was senior to you, and you'd give an opinion like that. And they'd go, "Listen, if I wanted your opinion, I'd give you." Issue you.
One guy asked me, said, "You like them 240Z, don't you?" I said, "What's he look crazy for a Z?" So they was real. I said, of course, you get where you just quit trying to explain it's a ham radio tag. But anyway, yep. Don't speak till you've spoken to, right?
Oh, it was just funny. No, it was actually in the military. I screwed that up. In the military, they'd say if we wanted your opinion, we'd have issued you one.
That's correct. Yeah, you're talking about being hot. But, they were, of course, all this stuff about global warming and everything. They keep talking about breaking the records. And day before yesterday, I think they didn't hit the record. Yesterday was 100. I guess back in 1980 something or something like that. But the one that they did tie it with was 99. And it was back in 1857. I said, well, told the wife, I said, they had global warming back then, I guess.
Yeah, there's no. Just crazy talk. I think it is. I know it sounds so silly to keep harping on that subject when in fact they can't prove a darn thing. And science is all about proof, and that's really what the ultimate answer to that question is. It's proof or no proof. If you ain't got the proof, just shut up.
I got you. That's great. All right, man. I'll let you get going. I gotta shut her down here myself. Let the morning get checked in. Thanks for letting me check in from up north. So. Y'all, everybody have a good night. KR4AZ clear and have a good follow. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. That was Tim, Kilo Romeo 4 Alpha Zulu. He's in Murfreesboro, but had kind of a short time there. Who else, north or west?
KN4 TJF.
Hey, how you doing, Rick?
I'm doing well. How you doing, Paul?
Well, I'm hoping you'll take my advice and go help your brother with his antenna coming down and going back.
Oh, absolutely. I will be there.
Yeah, I got to get to the bottom of that, man. That's too expensive an antenna to be sitting on.
Absolutely. That's right. We will get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's something simple. I mean, it's hard to screw something up, but it's only got so many components in an antenna.
That's true. I don't know what kind of parts are in them, but it can't be too much. And if it is, maybe one of them are bad.
Well, first thing you do is when you bring it down, just shake it lightly, see if there's anything loose in it.
That's my plan.
Actually, that other antenna I have, it had a crack in it. It had several cracks in the top element, the top radome, the fiberglass. And I don't know whether it was just due to stress or a bird got knocked out hitting it at high speed. I have no idea what happened.
Maybe I would call my cosmic bird.
I was told, I had one time, when I was in Florida a few years ago, I had a red-tailed hawk it was disabled and walking around. He was in my front porch and just hanging around. He was just trying to, keep comfortable because his wing was busted. So I called animal control from the county and they came out. And I said, how the heck did they bust a wing? He goes, you don't realize it, but they key in on a prey from a high speed, from a high, altitude, and they're coming down and they don't see electrical wires.
Oh, wow. I never really thought about that. That makes sense.
So anyway, that's I don't know if it's always electrical wires, but there's all kinds of wires up in there. Well, very good, Rick. That was Rick. He is in what do you call it? Ashland City, in the Great Signal, Rick. Anybody else west? I'm sorry, that was KN4 TJF. Who else?
KM4YRF.
Hey, yeah, it's just I heard you briefly talking to your brother about that antenna. I'm kind of hoping you can get that resolved quickly.
Well, I sure hope so too, Paul, because I need it to be resolved.
Well, it's this antenna is a money maker for me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Rolling in the dough with an expensive antenna. It's the only way I can justify it. I tell my wife, no, I get money from it.
Well, I heard you tell Rick that we need to get to the bottom of it, but I want him to get to the top of it.
Oh, you're going to make him climb?
I'm going to put him on the roof.
Okay. Very good. No, I'll be anxious to see what that is. It's kind of intriguing that you're the only one with a bad experience.
Well, I don't know, but I'm gonna check it out real good. I watched all those videos last night on YouTube, and so I know what to do and what to look for now. So maybe I can figure it out, and if I can't fix it, I can find somebody who can.
Oh, there were some videos on YouTube about that antenna?
Oh yeah, there's several.
Oh, I didn't look there. Huh, that's good. I'll have to take a look at it myself, maybe I'll make my own.
Well, one of the guys that commented on it said that he had a N to SO239 adapter on his antenna, and his SWR problems came from that, and that's exactly what I have. So I don't know. We'll see.
Huh. Well, it's interesting. That's an interesting point because I wouldn't expect it to be a serious problem, but with some of the connectors that seem to be out in the marketplace, especially those that come from the Pacific Rim, there's no telling what kind of metal problems or even thread adaptability problems or dissimilar metal problems.
Well, you've got a point there, and boy, if it be something as simple as that, because I got my LMR 400, a new connector put on that with my new tool I'm on, and so that'd be just make it real easy.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be great. Very good. I hope it works out. Yeah, keep me posted, as I'm sure you will. All right, that was Michael, Kilo Mike 4, Yankee, Romeo Foxtrot in Belshire. Who else is north or west?
Hello, Paul and the gang. Hope you all are doing well today.
Hi, how you doing, Mary? Somebody doubled with you. Hold on one second, Mary. Who is doubling with Mary?
That was me, Chicken mobile, Paul.
Okay, hold on. If you're going to be mobile a bit, just let me, hang on. Mary, how you doing tonight?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Doing wonderful, really. I really, like some people say, better than I deserve. I went to the doctor today for my eyeballs, and he says, "Nah, you're doing great with your." And I thought I had what do you call it? Not glaucoma, but cataracts. In fact, they mentioned it before on previous occasions. He goes, "No, you're doing great, better than most people are at 70 years old." So okay, fine, but it's just a dry eye syndrome. It's kind of gets blurry because I haven't got enough moisture in my eyeballs.
Well, they typically drop for that, I think. And it's great news to hear that your eyes are doing well. They're precious gifts.
Oh, no question about it. He says, no, it's wonderful that, at any age, if you have correction issues and they can get you to 20/20, which they can with me, it thrills me because I'm very visually oriented. I do a lot of reading and a lot of, just a lot of stuff. And it's just, I can't stand it if I can't see well.
Totally understand. And that's good news. I'm so grateful to hear that. Hope all of you are doing well, and we will check back in on Saturday. And I'm going to pass the mic over to Mr. Marty here. So, Katie for OE and Claire.
Yeah, very good, Mary.
Hello, 84 BQK.
Hey, how you doing, Marty? You sound good.
I do.
Sure, you sound great. You know, I don't think anybody even would get. Well, I don't know. I guess there's people get on the air if they don't sound good, but you sound fine.
Okay, we're just having fun.
Oh yeah, no, it's really. I actually feel bad for people that go through life with a negative attitude because they don't seem to have any fun.
They don't?
Well, I don't know. If somebody's constantly negative, they never seem to have a good time unless their good time is having, a bad time.
84ON. Marty wanted me to ask about Suge.
Oh, Sugar's doing great. I got to get a video out of her. She's fully she's fully embraced in her pack of other 4 dogs, and she chases after them in a slow manner. I mean, she makes me laugh because she's so heavy. I mean, she's not for a small dog she's fat, and I mean too fat. And so when I pick her up, I joke with my wife that it's like picking up a bag of water.
She needs one of those little, I don't know, it's kind of a little thing you put under there. Come in, it has handles on it. You can kind of lift them up a little bit because her legs are so short.
Oh yeah, it's so funny to watch because you know how a female dog in particular, will go out on the grass and squat. Well, it's hard for me to tell if she's squatting.
Great. Well, we will let you go, and thanks again for all you do, and we will talk to you on Saturday. K4ON.
Yeah, very good, Mary. And it was Mary, Kilo Delta 4, Bravo, Quebec, Kilo, no, Bravo, man, Bravo, Oscar, Echo, November. I was given the wrong call. Oscar, Echo, November, and Marty, Kilo Delta 4, Bravo, Kilo, Quebec, yeah, Quebec, Kilo. I get that straight. It's KD4BQK, and they're both in Belshire, husband and wife there. And next up was Frank.
Good there, Paul. Yeah, I was listening to you guys since Donaldson, driving towards Mount Juliet here. I think I'm in Hermitage, probably not too far from where Frank's at, but the mobile there.
Yeah, you sound good.
Well, that's good. You guys sound great, and especially the on three. I think on three is I think Marty and Barry. I think there's Belshire as well. All of them were coming in full scale. Absolutely wonderful in the car.
Yeah, you on Hermitage where? On Lebanon Road?
Yeah, I'm in Lebanon Road. When I first tried to get in there, I was still in Donaldson, and from Donaldson all the way to past trying to think Andrew Jackson. All three of you, all four of you, I think with Mike, they're all full scale.
No, because I know that over there by the Dunkin' Donuts on Lebanon Road over there in Hermitage, it's one of the nicest, highest places in the county. Well, that part of the county, anyway.
Yeah, the signal was really strong over there. I kind of started getting a little chop, going wagering full scale, not full scale. But then as I climb back up, that everything's back up.
Yep, I'm with you. Well, you sound good, Frank. That was Frank, Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo, Kilo, and he is Mobile. He's normally in Northwest Wilson, Northwest Wilson County, but mobile tonight in the Hermitage area. Coming, I think you said you're coming toward Mount Juliet, right?
Yeah, we had an off-site meeting for work in Donaldson, and just driving back basically straight down Lebanon, and trying to get on here, and everybody that I was able to hear so far, a few people from the north and everybody from the west, and of course yourself sound great tonight. Must have good conditions at least, because usually mobile is not as good as even my indoor, so this is great. KV9 RKK.
Yeah, it must be the hot, dry weather. That's the only thing I can figure. Because Tuesday night, even Michael was talking about it. He was able to easily hear up in Bowling Green, and I was able. It was the best night I had heard Steve up in Bowling Green. He said the same thing about me. I mean, he was like 10 over to me from Bowling Green, and it's 65 miles.
Was that last night? Were you talking to him last night, Paul?
Let me think about that for a second. Was I talking to him last night? Yes, I talked to him briefly last night. I don't remember what the occasion was because I wasn't on the net.
Okay, then that was him. I didn't believe it was him because he was giving me like 7S7. Like usually I can't hear him, and so he can hear me, but I can't hear him. But he was coming in really strong last night.
Yeah, that was him. You got it. Well, very good, Frank. Yeah, conditions have been excellent, really. All right, who else? And again, it was Frank Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo Kilo. Who's up next from the west? Oh, give me that call one more time. It's please. Ah, there we go. N5TAW. How are you doing? Haven't heard from you in a little while.
Yeah, I've been having all sorts of stuff going on there, but yeah, good to see you at the Leaders Ham Fest. Just after a little mobile operations, I'm here in Goodensville. I'm here. Hope everybody's pretty good.
Yeah, you're a little low on the audio tonight, but are you mobile tonight?
That's right. I'm mobile. I'm sitting on top of a hill here in Goodensville, so hopefully the signal's good anyway.
Oh, you're doing okay to me. I'm not sure everybody else can hear you, but you're doing okay, David.
Okay, real good. I just got a quarter wave antenna on here right now. Sometimes I put a higher gain antenna on there if I need some range. But just thought I'd try and check in. Did a little flying with Civil Air Patrol this weekend, so it's been a pretty good weekend.
Oh, awesome. Nice clear skies, I'll bet you, at least until yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, it was real clear, nice. Flying visibility wasn't super great. It was kind of hazy both days, but not too bad.
Yeah, that's cool. Is there a lot of activity with Civil Air Patrol?
Nationwide, yes. I wish there was a little more here in Tennessee, but we got some of our guys over in, I think, North Carolina right now, flying a bunch of recovery missions, and we were down in Puerto Rico, and I'm sure we'll end up in the Bahamas, as soon as everything's a little more stable there.
Well, do they just act as a volunteer agency, or are they directed with or by, what do you call it, Homeland Security?
We do all of our missions with the Air Force. We're under the Air Force, so we do stuff here locally, but then big missions like that, they'll put out a call, see who's available. Sometimes they'll deploy people for a week or more on in.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that they came under the auspices of the Air Force. I guess it makes sense. I just hadn't thought. I only knew one guy when I was growing up who was involved in Civil Air Patrol, and I didn't know him well, so I didn't get to learn a lot about it.
Yeah, I wish I would have known about the organization when I was a kid, because man, I would have been all over it. Yeah, like everybody says, we're the best kept secret.
I would say so. Yeah. I'll have to look into more of that. That sounds interesting. I mean, I'm not a flyer, and I have not flown myself, but I always found flying interesting, and I know there's a lot of people involved in flying, in not only rescue but also in humanitarian stuff.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that. We flew a lot of missions for the Gatlinburg fires. Took a lot of forestry people up to do aerial recon. That's kind of what we're doing more of these days. Is just aerial recon. It's a little less searching for downed aircraft, but a lot more recon. That's what we've been doing in Puerto Rico. We did it in Florida, Texas, places like that. We take a lot of pictures and upload them to FEMA, so they can get a good assessment of what's happening on the ground.
You don't have any of those undercarriage mounted cameras, huh?
I'm not sure exactly what we've got, to be honest. It keeps changing. I know we've got some aerial imaging equipment. I'm not sure how it all works these days.
I gotcha. I'll have to look into that. That should be some information on the web, I'm sure. That's David, November 5, Tango Alpha Whiskey. and he is at the moment he's in Mobile in Goodlettsville, and Mobile. He's doing great. Good signal to me. I'm not sure everybody else could hear him. Who else do we have? West, please come in.
I could hear the mobile in Goodlettsville and Frank as well. KI4SIB.
Ah, very good. Very good. So your antenna's doing dandy, man. Remember when you had crap for an antenna?
Boy, do I.
Well, I can remember when I had crap too, so it's not that far back of memory.
It ain't that far from me either, but I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. Very good. Who else? West, please come in. Okay, let's try again. I didn't catch that. Maybe I'll have a relay. But say that again. I think I heard BKX. Is it KM4 BKX?
Victor Kilo X-ray.
Victor Kilo X-ray. And the first three again were? I mean, the first before the four. I mean.
AM.
Ah, very good, very good. I'm going to sound dumb, but have you checked in before?
Yes, sir. It's been a while.
Okay, yeah. Well, my memory's apparently not that long. What's the first name there, please?
Andrew of Brentwood.
Ah, very good, Andrew. Yeah, I do remember your name now. But what's with the antenna? You're a little weak today from Brentwood.
Right off of 24 on Burkett Road, Cambridge baseball field. I'm going to try getting in touch with you something a little bit closer.
Ah, so you're somewhere on your what are you operating from, a mobile unit or from a handheld?
Handheld.
Oh, well, a handheld from Brentwood to me is doing darn good, I'll tell you. I mean, I don't think there's many people can hear you. I mean, I've got the audio, I got my radio turned up a little bit. And if I had headphones, if I used headphones, let me qualify that because I got about 8 pair of headphones. But yeah, I know you're doing fine with the handheld. Is it 5 watts?
Correct, and I am cheating a little bit because I am already east of Nolansville near 24 by the TA truck stop off of Burkett Road and Old Hickory there.
Okay, no, you're doing fine though. I mean, it's that's what's neat really about getting, in my case, to have that's what excites me once I got a good antenna, is that I could hear a lot more things, and it makes for a much more satisfying operation because you can hear somebody routinely. I can hear people in Lebanon on a handheld, or from Murfreesboro on most occasions, and from Nashville, or just it's amazing when you've got a good elevation and a great antenna that it all comes together very well.
Absolutely, and I'm feeling a little bit better on this HT as well because I just ended up getting a Matoya antenna put on here, and definitely it seemed to be receiving better and hopefully transmitting a little bit better as well.
Was that about a 17-inch long antenna, something like that?
Negative, it's the shorter, it's only about a foot long ahead of time, and then that was definitely that 17, 18 inches long, and garbage didn't do much to help me out at all, but this is much better.
Oh, great. Glad to hear it. Well, it's doing well, Andrew. Anyway, that was Kilo November 4, Victor Kilo X-ray. He's over in the Brentwood area on a handheld, because I'm sure some of you couldn't hear who that was. And that's a good, even though Brentwood's relatively close, to work a handheld out of Brentwood. I can remember when I had my other cheaper, badder, worser antenna. It was lucky to be able to pick up a base station over in Brentwood or Franklin or any of those areas. All right, who else we got? West, please come in. Anybody else west? Now south, please come in.
Kilo Echo 4, Papa Juliet Whiskey.
Hey, how are you doing tonight? Papa Juliet Whiskey, go ahead.
All right, sorry about that. Lost part of it. Crossband repeating to my mobile. Talked to you earlier, and don't have a base set up, so I'm on the HT in the house talking through the car.
Ah, okay, yeah, I've done that as well. It's a nice feature to have, isn't it?
It is. Took a while for me to remember how to do it because I haven't had the radio installed in a couple of years, and just took a little time to figure it all out.
Which radio was in the car?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the first part of that because it's switching over.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, which radio is in the car that does the crossband?
The radio in the car is a TMD7
700. Kenwood. It's the radio that has the built-in APRS and everything. And the radio I'm talking on is a Bofong ubiquitous UV5R.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I know. I had the same thing. I have to remind myself if I don't use that crossband very often on my Kenwood TMV 71. I have to go, how did I do that again? Because you actually have to, in this case, yours might be similar. You have to turn the radio off and then turn it back on by holding two keys to make it go into crossband mode.
Yeah, this one I was able to get it to do it through a menu setting, believe it or not. And I used to have the TM733 and used that thing for about a decade. And that one was one that I'd have to hold down two keys and power it on, or do some little dance with it in order to get it to crossband repeat.
Yeah, in the 71, the Kenwood, you have to have the menu setting on how you want it to crossband. But you can make the primary, inputs and output on which band you're crossbanding to. That can be set up before you turn the radio off, and then you turn it back on, holding those two keys, and you got to hold your mouth just right.
Yeah, that's a fun little dance to do. All right, well, good deal. I'm glad to see that this thing's working. Glad you can hear me at least. I was wondering if it's actually going to transmit through the car or not.
Yeah, you're just I think you're south of 40. I'm trying to think where that is. It's southeast of Providence. Is that about where you are?
Yeah, correct. I'm down here about about a mile south of Suggs Creek Market on Ferry Pike.
Okay, very good. Anyway, appreciate you being there, Terry. You sound good on the crossband to the vehicle. That's Kilo Echo 4 Papa Juliet Whiskey, making use of two radios simultaneously. It's still radio. It's just not a repeater. It's just a crossband. Very good. He's down here in south of 40, east of Mount Juliet Road. Yeah, the signal's real good, Terry. Of course, you're not that far from me. Who else we got, Sal?
Kilo Mike 4, November, Yankee, Bill.
Hey, Bill. Is it as hot down there today as it was here? Because I was burning up.
Yes, it has been very hot. I've been trying to be very careful what I do and not be in it too long.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, you got to know how to dance if you're going out to get to the mail barefoot.
Yeah, I got a couple trees already starting to change toward fall, and I talked to somebody up north, and theirs are doing it too.
Yeah, I noticed the same thing. I'd love to ask somebody who's real knowledgeable about that stuff, but I noticed, my wife did too, that I've got dogwood trees that are dropping their leaves seemingly very early, as well as a poplar tree, a big poplar tree, and also the two maples I have in the front yard.
It makes you wonder what's going to happen come winter, but that's okay. I'll accept it any way it wants to come.
What's going to do it whether you like it or not, Bill?
I don't have any control over it. Somebody above me does.
Yeah, it's like they say, it's out of my pay grade, and I'm pretty sure it is yours too. Anyway, that's Bill. He's in Murfreesboro. Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee. Great signal, by the way. The audio is excellent. I think we have really good conditions this week due to the hot, dry weather. It must be. I don't know of any other answer. Who else we got, Sal? Anybody else, Sal?
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
All right, we had a double, but I got Larry in there first. He was the one I heard. How you doing, Larry?
I'm doing fine. Did I hear you say Saturday was breakfast?
That's affirmative. Saturday, Courtney's. Be there, 8 o'clock. We don't have to get at 8, but.
I hope to be. I'll let you get on with it. KU4SYB.
Yeah, very good. That was Larry. Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. He's in Rockville with a great signal. Somebody doubled with him. Who is that?
Kilo India 4 November Delta November.
Yeah, that D in there stands for double, don't it, Dave?
Yeah, it stands for double, and I tell you what, that Larry stepped on top of me, didn't he?
Yeah, you did. No, actually, you slipped in underneath him. That was your problem.
Well, I tell you what, good evening, Mr. Larry, and sounding good. Good to everybody on the net there. Down your way, Dave. Oh, yeah, that you didn't answer.
Oh, really? What time was that?
Oh, I'm guessing about 2:30, near 3.
Huh. I don't know what I was doing because I was here at the house. Oh, you know where I was? I was out in the yard messing with a contractor.
Oh, okay. I went down and visited that Mount Olivet cemetery right on the edge of Nashville on Lebanon Road. Beautiful, beautiful place to check out.
Yeah, I have been by it. I've never been in it. I happen to like. I really want to take a walk if it was permissible into the Civil War cemetery that's on the south side of Lebanon Road.
You would, let's see, that would be at Hermitage, right?
I believe so. Yes.
I walked around it today. Doesn't cost anything. You do have to stop and get permission to get through the gate there. They give you a free ticket.
Oh, really? Who do you ask for that?
Right at the entrance to the Hermitage, where you go in and visit, buy tickets for the Hermitage. That's where you get them.
Oh, I didn't know that. Huh. No, I would never. That's what's. I find that fascinating stuff. Not because it's a cemetery, but I had a heated. I say heated discussion with another ham a few years ago. He said I really support our troops. I do this. I do that. And he goes, I support troops from all wars. And I go, really? Yeah. I said, can you tell me where the World War II monument here in town is? No. How about the World War I monument? No. How about the Civil War monument? No. He couldn't think of where any of them were. I said, you really need to do some stuff.
Yeah, I'm a stickler for Civil War cemeteries and such. But that Mount Olivet cemetery, the trees are getting knocked out by the dozens, man. Them great big 100-year-old trees are losing them.
Just due to age, you mean?
Yeah, rot and wind. Wind's taking them out, but most of them, you look at the base of them or something, they got some rot in the center of it.
Yeah. We have there's a veterans memorial up near Lake Ontario where I was raised. I had only seen it a couple of times recently where they upgraded it, and they had a memorial plaque, a big, huge plaque that gave all the names of those men that lost their lives in the various wars, and it went all the way back to like the War of 1812.
Yes, sir. Well, I sure enjoyed it, and it was a good day. Didn't get too hot. Stayed in the shade if I could. So appreciate what you do, Mr. Paul, and let you carry on, sir. Have a good one. 7-3 KI4NDN.
Yeah, very good, David. That was David, Kilo India 4 November, Delta November. He is down in Reedyville, and he does the Tuesday. It's the first Tuesday of the month. Rutherford County Simplex net for the Rutherford Aries group, and they do quite a neat. It's more than just a check-in net. It's also passing a little bit of traffic and figuring out who can hear who and who can pass traffic and understanding how important that is in the event of an emergency. Who else do we have? South.
Kilo 4, Oscar Fox Oscar.
Hey, I thought I had you missing in action, man. How you doing, Don?
I've been in and out, been gone quite a bit, but I'm back now for a while, anyway, a day or two. But doing fine. Just been so hot, can't do nothing.
Yeah, well, hams have a tough. See, if you're working out of your car, you could say that the microphone was too hot because it was in the sun. In the house, you can't do that.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to work on a vertical antenna to get it exactly the way I want it. I've had it there, and then I'll change something, and then get it off, and try it again. So I'm just experimenting with it. I got the mic, but it's doing good. I've made some nice contacts on it so far.
And that was for which band?
I got it for HF. I've got a couple of dipoles. I wanted that vertical antenna to see if I could supplement. It seems like it's doing pretty much what I wanted to do so far. If I can quit messing around with it and set it up and leave it alone.
It is a factory vertical?
It's a Hustler 5 BTV, and I'm using it primarily to experiment with some things.
Oh, I got you. That's the one with the traps in it, right?
Yeah, it's got just, I think, 4 bands, and I put my radios down and everything. So I'm learning quite a bit by doing all this myself. So it's a new experience for me. That's what I wanted anyway.
Oh yeah, no, it's always fun. Always fun. It's always fun unless something gets screwed up.
Yeah, I know, and I'm good at that as well.
I could probably teach you some lessons.
Well, yeah, I think we could all teach you a few lessons there. Well, I'll let you get on with it. Good to hear you. Hope to make it to breakfast Saturday. I'll try to. Thank you. Good luck.
Yeah, very good, Donnie. Good to have you in there. That's Donnie Keel, 4 Oscar, Foxtrot Oscar, and he's about 6 miles south of me on the east side of Mount Juliet Road. No, that's what's funny about work in life in general. The times you screw up, you learn a lot of things. Depending on how bad you screw up is how much you learn. Not all of it, but hopefully we learn from our mistakes. But that's what's so funny. Going through life, it's not really learning what to do, it's learning what not to do. Who else we got to the south, please? Okay, we ran out of north, south, east, and west. Let's go to late check-in. Any late check-ins, any place, anywhere, please come in.
KJ4 RSM.
Hold on, RSM. I think I heard KJ4. I don't know who that was.
Sorry, KG4CXE.
Very good. It was my ears that were messed up. How you doing, Chris?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I learned over the last, I don't know, 6 months or maybe longer than that, one of the biggest things I could do to help my lower back issues, and they're not terrible, they're just sometimes horrible, they were. And you know, it's funny, once I started using my rowing machine regularly, every day, almost, maybe averaging 5 or 6 days a week, 30 or 40 minutes a day. And it's work, but it's amazing how it strengthens those muscles and takes all the problems away.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of crazy when I moved. I realized that my back got stronger and my pain went away. And now that I haven't been moving per se since I've already moved in, pain's back.
Well, we tend to forget. I had a course. I forget where I saw that or learned it was, while our spine is, kind of is our body, it's part of our body, but it's not our spine that supports everything. It's just there to be a connector, and it's actually all the muscles that support the spine to help. It's like, it works in conjunction with each other. Without nice, strong, agile muscles around your spine, you're not going to do it.
Yeah, and this whole, working out of a chair thing, it doesn't help it.
No, of course it doesn't. No, it's like it's, I've heard, I've never done it, but I see there's some companies, depending upon their kind of work they do, they'll actually have people standing up to do even paperwork.
Yeah, there's an accountant and a couple of guys in my department actually that use stand-up desk.
Right. I have seen it. In fact, I saw the stand. They had a. What the heck was it? Oh, that's what it was. It was actually a movable platform on the desk, so you could work either standing up or sitting down.
Yeah, it's essentially like a release, and there's some springs inside, and you can just stand it up, or I don't know if they all have springs, but it seems like, there's some mechanical assistance to raise the desk up and lock it in an upright position. But yeah, some of them will spend half the day like that, just depends. And I've seen people that swapped out chairs for those big inflated balls. Essentially, they say it's better for your posture and your core, but I don't know. I don't really need my core to get worked out while I'm at work.
No, I know what you mean. Very good. Yeah, it's you got to figure it out kind of for yourself. But the one thing I assure you, or anybody, doesn't work is being inactive isn't going to help anything.
That's absolutely right. You gotta keep moving. That's the gist of it.
I know I had my second wife, who I was married to for 27 years. She had some serious back problems, and the doctor, who was he's a neurosurgeon, and he says, "Well, you're just going to have to lay down a lot and stay." I told her, I said, "That's the dumbest advice I've ever heard. I'm not a doctor, but I don't think that's correct."
So basically, he was saying just give in and get surgery.
Well, no, with the surgery, even after the surgery, so no, you just need to, just take it easy all the time because you can't be stressing out your back. And I'm thinking, no, you need to start exercising in ways that will strengthen the muscles. I'm not saying stress out your whole system, but she did. She ended up going to the gym for years with me, and all of a sudden, most of her problems were not disappeared, but they sure were better.
Yeah, I noticed that there is some rehabilitation, especially from recovering from like a surgery that takes you out of using whatever thing for 6 weeks or a couple months or whatever. I had some issues with the tendon once and never really fully treated it the way I should have. And recovery was one of the things that I learned about in the process, and it's required. The active rest is what they call it.
Yeah, well, I just know that I never want to be in a position where I'm dependent upon pain stuff, pain medication. Because what I see, 100, just heard today, 100 and something opioid deaths a day in this United States.
Yeah, it's nuts. I've seen some stuff. I work in the healthcare industry, and they're all about getting rid of the opioid crisis is what they're calling it, which I agree. They were giving data on how many old pill bottles they had flushed and various things. So they're making a dent in it, but it's an epidemic.
Well, it's funny because it seems to me we need to be addressed. We've been fighting this drug thing. You remember, I don't know if you're old enough to remember, when Ronnie Reagan's wife, he was say no to drugs. Well, we're still saying no to drugs, but it's got worse.
Yeah, just say no. That was part of the me growing up generation, so I've seen all that stuff. Yeah, and the whole dare thing, with drugs. I don't know that really changed the attitude of my generation towards it, but I think kids are going to try things regardless, right? You just got to find a way to keep them from killing themselves in the process.
Some of it, yeah, I saw an interesting article about that here recently about the issues about violence and drugs. And it's really, he was chalking it up, this author was chalking up to not anything one simple thing, which is never one simple thing. It's a fact of almost a hopelessness that there's nothing going on. So it just doesn't matter what you do. It's like this, whatever.
What do you do?
Well, you know what I'm saying. What are you going to do? It just has that kind of a mentality. Hey, whatever, drugs doesn't matter. If I live, it doesn't matter. I die, it doesn't matter. But it does matter. It matters to your family. And that's partly the issue is the families don't seem to be the way they used to be in general. I don't want to be judgmental. I'm just saying that there's lots of occasions. For instance, I saw an interview, if anybody's interested, that ex-mayor in Nashville gave an interview about her son's death and how she reacted to it and how she thought things were going. Gave some detailed information about it. And she said, we really need to sit down and talk about these things because we thought he was all better from having been through recovery, and he wasn't better. He just wasn't. So it's kind of sad no matter who it is. I didn't particularly like her, but I don't live in Nashville, so it doesn't matter.
To some degree you do. You live on the outside of it. But yeah, like I said, people are going to do what they're going to do. Hopefully you can steer them in the right direction early on. But there is that disconnect, and somehow it feeds into kind of a crappy childhood, can lead to, abuse issues with substances later on. I don't know. I'm definitely not one to prophesize about such things, but.
Well, one of the most common things I've heard over the years, and you hear it from university professors, you hear it from all kinds of people, but they'll say that crime and drugs is related to being poor. And I said, well, if that's true, President Lincoln should have been a felon.
Yeah, it's been going on forever. It really has. It's just a human condition, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, it has, and it just seems bigger now. Even though crime actually is, violent crime is actually down historically, since the 90s. It's been kind of a downward climb, downward slope, and people think it's going up, but it's like my wife said, "What do you mean it's going down?" I said, "The rate is going down. The population has doubled since I was in high school, from 150 million. Now we're at 320 something. So yeah, it seems like there's a lot more, but it's we got a lot more people."
Too many. We're running out of room.
No, I don't think we're running out of room. I'll tell you about that later, man. We're not running out of room. Well, Nashville's running out of room. I'll give them that.
Yes, we can discuss that at a different point.
No, Nashville's running out of room. You're right. That's getting pretty crowded. And Manhattan seems pretty crowded when I was up there. So crowded, I was at a road rage as soon as I got in there. All right. Anyway, I heard RSM in there. Please come now.
Maybe for RSM. Just getting in from church this afternoon. Thought I'd check in.
Oh, very good. What time do you guys meet? At 7?
Wednesday at 7. Runs until about 8:30.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, that was the problem when I was doing the net initially at Wednesdays and Sundays, and I realized because somebody told me, said, "Well, wait a minute now, you're knocking out both Sunday night services and Wednesday night services for many of the churches."
Right. That's kind of funny because a lot of times we go Saturday evening, so that kind
kind of hits right at that time also. So it's kind of funny.
No, you're right. And again, I knew that's why I changed. Though I also changed for personal reasons before going to church on Sunday night, and I wanted to make sure that I could do it routinely on Saturday night. And so, no matter what day you pick, though, you're messing with somebody's schedule.
Absolutely. I was going to tell you that I think you're right on the activity for your lower back, because mine actually bothers me if I just sit too long. So activity, I do believe is good.
Oh yeah, no, it's one of the things I know when I learned this other thing. When I quit, now where was that? Dang, I forgot where I was. I learned because I quit smoking 30 years ago, but I don't know that. Yes, it was when I quit smoking. This class I went to, and I paid $100 for a course that lasted a couple 3 weeks. Worked very good for me. And what they said was about the pitfalls of smoking. And everybody will tell you, well, it's about lungs or about mouth cancer, nose cancer, lip cancer, tongue cancer, throat cancer. And you go, no, it's more than that. Because when you smoke, you actually, all the capillaries restrict. And so it hurts one area of your body particularly bad, and that's your back. Because your spinal column has very few blood vessels. It's what they call aphemeral. And because of that, so when you smoke, you cause it to get less blood than it normally would, which means less oxygen, less muscles, blood flow to muscles. So it's detrimental to your whole body, not just your lungs.
That makes sense. That does. Have you ever tried an inversion table?
Oh, I wouldn't. I've been talking to my wife about that. I said, man, that would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it interests me a lot.
Well, we ought to have I wish that's one of the things about, it's almost as if you could wish you could get together with somebody, because that one you've seen advertised, the teeter?
Oh, yeah.
That thing's $500.
Yeah, no doubt.
But you know what? I spent $1,000 on my rolling machine, so 500 doesn't sound that bad.
There you go.
But again, I kind of wish there was one I could go rent just to, once and go in there 3 times a week or something,
Yeah, no doubt. I'll look that up locally, and you're right, they can get expensive. It just it's one of those things that sounds like I'd probably maybe just enjoy anyway, and if it gave benefit and helped out, then all better.
Well, I tell you what, you come on over. I've got a couple of winches and some rope, and I'll just pull you up by your heels.
That sounds like a plan.
No guarantee on circulation problems in your feet, though.
All right.
Very good, Glenn. Yeah, I really am interested in that. I wish there was some place I could just go. I don't know if they have them at some of the rehab centers or not.
I know that it may not necessarily be a one-size-fits-all thing, though. I think for it to work actually properly, you size it and adjust it for your height and weight and whatnot, so it's very easy to go, one way to the other and not just get caught upside down and whatnot, for it to actually work properly. But yeah, it's definitely of interest.
Yeah, I got you. No, I would. I was thinking about how could I make one of those? I don't know how I could do that without killing myself. All right, Glenn, good to have you in there. That's Kilo Bravo 4 Romeo Sierra. Man, I get my terms right. Romeo Sierra Mike, and he's here in Mount Juliet. Good to have you in there, Glenn. Who else we got anywhere? Blake checking. All right, I think there was a double, but I did hear KE4 TE. What is it? You in there, Wes?
Yeah, man, it is. It's been hard here lately. I'm here. Everything's good out here at the KE4TWI.
Yeah, very good. KE4TWI, and Wes is over there. Yeah, how's the signals to you tonight?
I actually heard Marty and Mary, so they're pretty good.
Yeah, I know. We were noticing that yesterday out of Bowling Green, and we had great signal reports between Steve and I. You probably would have heard them gangbusters down there.
Yep, things are elevated, definitely. Hopefully this weekend for the VHS contest stays the same. So we'll get out there and make some noise this weekend. Start Saturday at noon. KE4TW.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that there is a VHF contest This starts at Saturday, so you should hear a lot more activity on the air. Probably predominantly sideband, but there's also going to be some stuff. Did you see much activity on FM?
No, but I agree there's going to be an emphasis for that. I don't know if it was on QST or QRZ, but there's more talk of having that. So let's do it. I mean, might as well.
I got you. All right, that was Wes. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. He is near Watertown. Anybody else late checking? Anybody sandbagging, lollygagging, SDR dongling? What else? Lollygaggers, sandbaggers, lurkers. I forgot the lurkers. Anybody else in that category? I heard somebody key up, but no audio. Well, that's a true lurker, man. Got nothing. It's sure not there. K4PEW with Mount Juliet Simplex Radio. All righty, we had a monstrous 26 people check in and one lurker that I know of. Good to have everybody there or here, and appreciate y'all being there. You have a good night. K4PEW closing the night. All right. Nobody asked me about my flashlights here over here on the yellow and orange. You got a little bad. What do you call it? Magnetic thingies on it, so they just hang. Yes. Cool. All right. We'll catch you later. K4PEW closing.